guys, and welcome to a video talking about the newest One Piece episode. This was an interesting episode, especially because we had like a lot of different things going on. It was a great mix of gags and legit information. So we had the stuff with the Revolutionary Army and Baltigo, and about that being destroyed, and Pedro just reaffirming that nothing has probably happened to the actual revolutionaries, because that would have been the headline if anything had happened to it. It's literally just the place that they had as their headquarters has been destroyed. Blackbeard was there, so now we hate him even more. And it's all straightforward with that, so let's just skip to it. Like, we're hyped, it's okay, but not so much to discuss there. Then we had the funny things with Luffy trying to cook, which just leads into a disaster because he sets the kitchen on fire and he destroys the food he actually makes, and then they have no food left, and that's just not too good because yeah, they'll be starving, and Luffy eats a lot in general, so yeah, they're in problems there. But again, quite straightforward, just funny and spelling some doom by the end. But then we have the Kaido stuff, which I found most interesting. The Kaido stuff and the So stuff. Because the Kaido stuff, we see Kaido being drunk and crying, because apparently at this moment he is a crying, sad drunk. So he's like, oh, why did Joker get defeated by these weaklings? And then he ends up taking his wrath out on the worst generation, because obviously Luffy and Law I think I tried to merge their names there. Luffy and Law are responsible for the fall of the Flamingo, and Kaido has Kid locked up and beaten in a cage, so he's like, tell your little pirate friends from your generation that you're just playing pirates. Which, you know, is just like a way to hype everything up, because we're like, oh my god, the worst generation. Like, when they were first introduced, we were like, oh my god, these are like the guys who are on Luffy's stage, who are trying to become the Pirate King and who are Luffy's worst rivals. And then you just have Kaido being like, you are nothing. And you're just like, dun dun dun, what? So you're like left speculating on what will happen to Kid, what happened to Apu and Hawkins. Apu, we were kind of confirmed he works for or with Kaido, whether that was before or after the thing with Kid, we don't know. Hawkins, still unconfirmed. I would be willing to bet that he as well works for Kaido. I believe that he may not have been working with him from the beginning, but he might have been coaxed into it by Kaido being strong, or by Apu betraying Kid. So yeah, I believe that that's how we're siding with things here, which will then be interesting, because it seems that there will be like drifts, or like the supernovas will take sides, because you have Kid will obviously be anti-Kaido, so will Law and Luffy, and that makes the captain trio that I've always wanted to see, and I think Oda has been leading up to will happen at some point, even if they're not legitimately working together. But we have that 3-captain duo. Then we have Apu, Hawkins, X-Drake on Kaido's side. We don't know what will go on with the betrayals and stuff, but that's kind of what we have. Then of course we have Killer and Zoro on our side as well, because they're obviously with their captains. Then we have Rouge, who might as well be pro-Kaido, because we've seen him chill with him in the sky. Bunny, unknown factor. Rouge, unknown factor. Not Rouge, Capone. And I think those are all the supernovas? If I forgot someone, then I'm very sorry, but they were probably irrelevant. But yeah, it's interesting to see Kaido just being like chill as well. Like, he's chill, aggressive, kind of. Yeah, he's interesting, because you can't really trust a drunk guy, but he can probably drink a lot, because he's immortal as far as we're concerned, so he can probably drink like way too much, which probably messes with his brain. But I just really like seeing that different side of Kaido, like having him introduced just weeping and his tears just making everything around him wet. I think that was like, I always thought that was fun, because it's such a contrast to how you see him the first time, where he falls from the sky and makes a dent in the island. He's like, I'm gonna start the biggest war ever! Urgh! So yeah, I really like that. And then we have the stuff in So, which really just spells disaster, because you have the stuff with Arashi or Darkstorm being like, okay, so there's a reason that they kept finding Sunisha and they probably had a Weaver card. So while that Weaver card might have been destroyed when Sunisha kinda destroyed them, we don't really know, and that probably means there's a traitor amongst us, because how the hell did they get the Weaver card, right? So they should be on guard. And then we go to the depths of the ocean, where Jack is still alive because he is a fisherman who has a devil fruit, so he just can't move or do anything, but he's still alive. Which means that he'll probably be able to come out, because he did say like, let's come someone, pull me out of the water, or whatever he said. And the thing with fishermen is that they can communicate with fish, and depending on what kind of species you are, I believe, you can communicate with like different kinds of fish. Like Jinbei has his whale sharks that he can communicate with, and Jack is a pretty big fisherman. He can probably communicate with like giant fish as well, so if he can do that, he can probably make them pull him out. So yeah, we'll definitely see him again. Like, it's no surprise that we'll see Jack again. That, yeah. But we also have the stuff with Barriate, him being bribed into not saying that Carrot went with Luffy until it was already too late to make her go back, which has made a lot of people think that he might be the traitor, whether or not it was because he was simply bribed into it, or because he's legitimately a traitor, or was just pushed into it or whatever, so there's that. Personally, I don't want it to be him. I think that would be that'd be a little too easy, because those were the only 3 people that we know by name who were there when Darkstorm and Wanda had that conversation. So if it just happened to be the 3rd person in the room, yeah, that's a little bit But then again, we don't really know too many other people on So, and it would make sense for it to be someone that we at least know by name. But then again, they were like the 3 Musketeers, the people Luffy met in the forest. They're people from Lost Crew who I obviously don't believe will be traitors, and they're just like, yeah. And there could be other reasons as well. Like, they may not necessarily be a traitor. They may just have been like kidnapped and forced to like give a fingernail. I don't know. But yeah, I think overall that's actually what happened, because it was very like quick pace with all these different things happening. We also had that little flashback to when Garp told Luffy about Dragon, which is one of my favorite scenes actually. I really like, or generally that episode, I really like that episode where Garp comes and talks to Luffy about like his father and stuff like that, because yeah, it gave a little depth into Luffy's life being kind of parentless for a long time, where he just had like different people to look up to. So he had Shanks, and then he had the Dan, and he found Ace and Sabo and stuff like that. And he always had Garp, but it's kind of weird that he just had Garp. So yeah, I really like that. Because again, flashbacks lately haven't been as bad, because they've been good at not taking very recent stuff and making that really long, but they've taken stuff that's like in the past. Because even though we're like, okay, we know what happened in Alabasta, we need to think about Alabasta happened like 10 years ago. Or more. It's been so long since Alabasta. And Water 7 has also been like so long back. But yeah, I think that's overall what I have to say about this, because yeah, it was very straightforward. There's not much to discuss. I feel like I basically brought up every point that I feel like is discussable. But preview is definitely filler, like obviously, and it seems like the filler is trying to imitate what they did with G8, which I really hope they do. G8 is by far the best filler arc, and I think almost everyone agrees that G8 is just like the best filler arc in One Piece. So if they try to recreate something like that, that'd be really fun. And of course it also just takes us further away from Hulking Island, which I have talked about is a good thing. So I'm actually quite excited for filler, because usually, lately not as much though, but usually One Piece has quite okay fillers. They don't suffer from completely what the heck fillers like Naruto did, which was why I actually stopped watching the anime. But yeah, so that's quite exciting. I don't know, you can leave in the comments if you want reviews of that or not, or if you just like want one review when the whole arc is over, or weekly reviews, or just none at all, because I don't know, yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be good or not, so yeah, you can decide that. Also, a little announcement, next week we won't have an episode because of Women's March that's happening in Japan, so no episode. I have plans for another video then, don't know which one yet, because I'm pre-recording like a lot of shit at the moment, but there's definitely a video up next Sunday. I'm kind of actually, you might as well know, I'm trying to plan for next week to be like a full week of videos. I don't know if I can succeed because I have tried this before and I've failed on multiple occasions, but this time I have like ideas for every day of the week, so hopefully I'll succeed this time and it'll be really fun. So yeah, but if you like anything that I have to say, you can leave a thumbs up on this video, leave in the comments below what you thought of this episode and what you want me to do for the fillers, and you can subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, bye!